Next match is RB Skred versus Jund.
Sorry if I eat in stream.
That's fine.
Alright.
I do it all the time.
Morton, how long is your friend going to be here?
Forever.
Because you got to put away your laundry.
Yes.
Yeah, Warden. Laundry.
Alright.
And Pepper wants your love, Warden.
Oh, fuck Pepper. Alright, so this is actually a very unique take on the Skred deck. You're splashing black pretty much for Dead of Winter and some sideboard stuff.
Pepper, don't eat that. Pepper, stop that. That's not good champion.
So it's based off the mono red prison deck. They're trying to just win with Karn, and so Karn, great creator, down tick, go get the Mycosynth Lattice, stop you from doing anything, or they'll use Scion of Urza and then just keep down ticking, making constructs and trying to win the creature out. Like obviously main board Blood Moons against Jund are really really good, especially if you don't know they're coming and you don't start fixing your mana early. So yeah, I mean at this point, Skred's just the red-black Skred is playing more like a control deck, trying to win with Planeswalkers and then just controlling the board with Skreds and Dead of Winters. And then if they get to 6 mana, playing the new M20 Chandra, and just keep making emblems to eventually just kill your opponent.
Okay.
Turn 2, Goyf, that's a 1/2, does not seem good.
Yeah, I really don't know anything about this new Chandra, so I don't know exactly what that emblem does.
So your opponent gets an emblem that says during the upkeep they deals 1 point of damage to him.
Okay.
So looks like that Goyf got Skredded pretty quickly. So ideally, if he can put down a Liliana here, that could be really really good. All right.
It looks like it's really good.
It is, because current the Skred decks just don't have a good way to deal with Planeswalkers, and so Lily can just literally take over this game. So uptick, we both discards a land. The other one discards. I'm not sure what that is.
Oh, Tranquil Thicket.
Okay, thank you. I do not recognize that art, but it's the Modern Horizons art, I assume. Good old Blood Moon, you have 3 mountains.
Being on the play matters.
You have 4 mountains. Uptick. Gonna push past. So turn. This would be an interesting turn for it. So Chad can go Karn or Pyromancer. Chooses to go with Karn.
Oh my gosh.
Uptick, make the Astrolabe a 1/1. They're going to hit Lily for 1.
Alright.
Warden, take your cough back. Oh, or else I'm going to drink it all.
That's fine. Yeah, I say unfortunately for the Jund. Oh, discarding. Oh, it's discarding Goyf because he can't cast it. This Season Pyromancer, which apparently is not on the list because this is the list that they told me they were running. It's apparently slightly off. Season Pyromancer is actually a really good card to get off the top. Did you just draw another one in a Siemens Spirit Guide?
I definitely saw another one, but I don't know what the second card was.
So at this point, that Astrolabe's going to keep Lily in check. I'm pretty sure this Blood Moon just stole the game from Jund.
Yep, and that's the problem I have with a card like Blood Moon. It just makes games not interesting.
I mean, you punish the you punish the greedy mana decks. Like Blood Moon doesn't do a whole lot against blue-white control, or like Devoted Devastation. Like those kind of decks it doesn't do a whole lot against. But decks that are just very greedy on the mana bases, then yeah, it affects those decks. It's kind of like Choke. Joker's really good against blue decks.
Ben,
Still,
love him.
still refer to my last statement. That's the problem I have with Blood Moon decks, or Blood Moon as a card. It makes games uninteresting.
You feel the same about Ensnaring Bridge?
Yes.
Okay.
100%. It can make games very uninteresting.
I think at this point, Jund just scoops. Because, okay, yeah, I'll put a lattice down. Next turn, you can't do anything.
That was literally pay 3 mana, win the game. Great.
Yep.
Alright, let's move on.
I mean, so Jund is also one of those unique decks that can actually fight through Blood Moons because you have so much hand disruption and Assassin's Trophies. That was just a really... I mean, it was Goyf, Lily... I think it was double Goyf, Lily hand, which, I mean, in most games it's fine. In this one, not as much.
Right.
So, I mean, just trying to think, like, what you actually want to bring in this matchup. Like, Collective Brutality doesn't do a whole lot. Graphic Fixation doesn't do a whole lot. And this probably isn't his exact list either. This is pretty much what all the Jund decks are running right now. It's something very similar to this. Like, I know the Jund deck that, like, top 30 was a very similar list. I think they were running one less Kolaghan's Command, and I think they're running an Abrupt Decay. But, I mean, so there's a few flex spots. This is pretty typical for a Jund list.
Okay.
Out of the Skred side, I mean, Pith Needle wouldn't be terrible. Ratchet Bomb also wouldn't be terrible.
The idea is that you're just going to go wish for the stuff you want anyway. That's what all that looks like.
Yeah. Minus the Plague Engineers.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, obviously, I feel like Skred's matchup against the Wurza deck isn't great. I mean, like, obviously it comes down to Karn Great Creator, but, like, as a Wurza player, like, you would have to be able to, like, Skred the Urza early and hope that we don't already have, like, some kind of combo online. I mean, that's also why a lot of us are running, like, 2 mainboard Galvanic Blasts.
Well, this deck, let's see.
Because in order for them to kill Urza on turn 3, they would have to have an Astrolabe. Or, like, double Skred.
What? Well, I'm just trying to think of how... So I think it's actually pretty reasonable, even if you go infinite.
That hand is awful.
Yeah, it is.
Triple Spirit Guy, Skred 3 land. Alright. If he had a Blood Moon, he snap keeps that. I'll tell you that right now. But anyway, you're saying?
Even if you gained infinite life,
Mm-hmm.
I think the Skred Red deck could win through that. It would just take a very long time. It would just draw you out. I think that they could lock you out of the game. They could just sit there with
I think
with Karn, Mycos, and Gladys and just let you draw out.
honestly, yeah, because we probably have drawn more cards than they did, so yeah, I can see that.
So it'd be a long and terrible game to play, but
yes.
it would come. It'd come down to that, like you said. It comes down to.
Did he
Karn.
just?
I don't know what happened.
I think he left the Microsynthlatus in the deck, and he just put it in the sideboard, which you're not allowed to do. The decks have already been cut and shuffled. I think that's what just happened. Yeah, that's okay. That would not be okay. All right, yeah. Whoever the Jund player is, like, next time that happens, the issue is that the decks have been cut, the hands have been drawn. That is the pilot's mistake.
Mm-hmm.
That stays.
Yeah, you can go into a game with less than or more than 60 cards.
Yes.
totally fine.
So, alright. So no turn 1 play. He can turn 2. Like, currently, the best Chad can do right now is turn 2 Season Pyromancer if he chooses to exile the Seeming Spirit Guide. I don't think you want to do that. Typically, you want to exile the Spirit Guide to get early Chalices or early Blood Moons.
What is that?
I want to say it's a Treetop Village. It could be Overgrown too, but I don't recognize that art. Or it's a basic forest. That's what it is.
Okay.
That's what I was very concerned. Red and 6 is a really good card actually against the Skred Red, because that's another one that can just take over a game.
Absolutely.
Like if you put a bolt in the bin, it's like, all right, guess what? Retrace bolt. So many times. So it looks like he's gonna, at this point, exiling that. Discard Dead of Winter on a land. So you're gonna draw 2 cards. So Chad's hoping to find another red source. Or discards Dead of Winter and a Karn. So Chad's hoping for land. Looks like Relic and another Seasoned Pyromancer. Not a great spot. And there's an Assassin's Trophy draw. So they don't have a black fletch land to go get the basic swamp, and if they get the basic forest, basic swamp, then Jund definitely has the advantage in this matchup.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and fetch anyway. Like if you need the black, you need the black.
Yeah, I don't think Lily does enough. I mean, if you're gonna drop a Lily, Lily does not do enough here.
If you drop a Lily, I think you hope. I hope it's the
Last Hope.
yeah.
A lot of Jund they are not playing Last Hope anymore. It's just too slow. I think if her +1 stats were reversed, they gave him -1, -2. She would still be seeing play because that can still kill Stoneforge Mystic. It can still kill Pyromancers. K Command's a really good one. Deal 2 damage, discard a card. I mean, he can't discard the land. I think it's probably going to be discarding Relic.
It's going with Karn.
Going with Karn. I mean, I guess Relic does cycle.
Yeah, and he can't cast it.
Well, he can't cast the Pyromancer either. He doesn't have double red.
That's true.
I think at this one, you just down tick Ren and 6. Yeah, to kill 1. Because at best, he swings back with 1, puts Ren and 6 to 2. You can put it down to 1 to take out all of his creatures. Mind Stone is not great, but you can Mind Stone Relic.
Mm-hmm.
And then cycle, draw a card, and hope you find a second red.
Looks like that's what he agrees with.
Yep. There's no reason not to swing with a token to put Ren and 6 down. There's absolutely no reason. Yep.
He agrees.
All right. Ren and 6 goes from 3 to 4, right? That's how that works. All right. Says like you exile a card of your choice. Cool.
I love doing that. I don't know why. I just love doing that. It's like, it just feels nice to actually use the card, all of the text of a card.
Yes.
Like when I was playing Splinter Twin and I had that down and I wasn't getting the combo, but they weren't pressuring me, I'd just like keep it out there and let it sit there and be like, okay, end of your turn.
Yep.
Get rid of a card. Get rid of a card. Get rid of a card.
It always does feel good. So if he has any kind of a creature, or any, and now at this point any other threat, I think why would you plus?
So he's got the Bastion, the Frostwalk Bastion, which is a 2/3.
Yeah, that's honestly
Um,
at that point you might as well just down tick Ren and 6 and force him to. Also, you should have done that first and then gotten that land back with Ren and 6 so you could draw more.
If
But
if you do it the way that he did it, it makes it so in order to get rid of Ren 6, he has to put all of the resources that can attack into Ren 6. Whereas doing it,
the other way is sort of the same thing.
he could, if he did it the other way, he would take damage. He can split
No,
his creatures.
No, but I say no. Like Ren 6 would have down ticked, dealing the 1 damage to the elemental. He would just have the Bastion left, so he would have had to use the Bastion to kill the Ren
you're
6.
right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because then you're taking away board presence to where if he did get a creature, like the Season Power Man, so he's able to find a second run that. Like if you have a Lily, then you can just do that. All right, so
that was a good response.
that was a good response. So like him having the bolt in hand,
And
obviously then that does change the line of play. Then I think what he did was the correct one. Yep. Yeah, I think I would have saved the bolt because if you could have taken away the Bastion, you just put him down in their land.
The thing about him responding with the bolt there makes it so he could keep if his opponent allowed him to keep Ren in 6, he could get back the Nurturing Peatland.
Yeah, what's that say? I think he may have fired off that bolt too early because like if he had then just pitched the monkey to activate the land, you're like cool, bolt the land, put you down a land drop and a card at that point. Ren 6 takes 1. He's
I'm
at
not
2.
saying that's not better. I'm just saying the way that I think that's what he was thinking.
Probably. And so the issue now, right, is that both of the Pyromancers in the bin can now flash back to get him tokens. Because he does have 5 mana. Oh!
No play.
Oh.
That's rough.
That
is
is-
another Mind Stone?
It is, along with a land.
All right. Well, things are looking good for our Skred Red pilot.
Yeah. So looks like he's gonna crack the Mind Stone. Don't know if I agree with that. Oof. I mean, there's no reason not to play the Blood Moon here. Like, absolutely none.
What if you want to attack with your land?
Does attacking with your land seem better than cutting off your opponent from a color?
Depends on the situation.
So he's gonna tap 2 for Mind Stone, and then he's gonna tap out for Blood Moon. You exile a card. Cool. Exile Ren 6. Because, yeah, there's no way you can get that back.
Mm-hmm.
Like, keeping the other lands at least in the bin, if you do draw Ren 6, at least does give you value.
All right. There it is.
Oh, that's unfortunate. So, he doesn't have Assassin's Trophy, so with the Blood Moon on the stack, he can just float mana, and then let it resolve, and then kill it. So that's at least not backbreaking for Jund right now.
Well, isn't that a basic swamp in play as well?
Oh, it is.
Yeah. He's got the 2 basics we were talking about
Yeah.
before the match.
But even if he didn't, that's what I said. Like the ability to be able to like cool like float, resolves, kill it. Like, I mean, Bloodbraid Elf. This honestly seems like the best play if he has it, but I don't know if he does or not.
There are plenty of live draws for Jund right now. But Blood Raid's probably the best one, followed by Seasoned Pyromancer.
Scavenging Ooze actually would probably be really good. Scavenging Ooze probably would have been the best one because then you could just eat both of the Pyromancers before they can use the ability to come
There
back.
you go. Alright, got a Skred to post.
Cool, exile the fetch land.
Go ahead and cycle. Draw
Yep.
a card. Another copy of Blood Moon.
Like, right now it's not as devastating because he does have the 2 basics, and he has a fetch where he can go get an additional one if he needs to. Oh, I was like, why is he taking 2? I was like, oh, he's fetching as well. Okay. Alright.
2 swamp, 1 mountain, 1 forest.
Yeah.
They put the mountain back in, huh?
Yeah, I think it's for like path or Field of Ruin.
Okay. And opposing Assassin's trophies.
There you go. Thoughtseize will take away. I mean, you take away the Blood Moon at this point. Like Chad is obviously on the flashback, the Pyromancer plan. So him taking the Skred signals that he has a Bloodbraid Elf. All right. Ooh, all right.
Wow,
That's
spicy.
I mean, we were just talking about that ideal Bloodbraid. Especially when you discard 2 lands, and yeah, draw 2 cards. Great, you don't get any tokens, but like cool.
That's some good card filtering.
That's some good, yes. It's like swing. Would you like to flashback one of your Pyromancers and double block? Cool. We are fine with that. We will take that every day.
Karn.
Karn's a pretty good one.
Karn, Scion of Urza.
It's like you exile. It's like, sure, like exile a fetch land. So you know he has Blood Moon in hand, right? So the problem is that if he reveals a land, you kind of want to give him a land because then he's just going to play the Blood Moon. Chandra and Skred. Whew. You're probably giving him the Chandra.
That way you can keep your board.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, like, with the Chandra in the hand, like, it's a lot easier to deal with, right? If you have a discard spell, like, cool. Like, get Chandra out of there. Alright.
Draw. Drawing a magic card.
Like, double Lily would be really hilarious right now. Scavenging Ooze? Brendan 6. Seems fine. You can down tick, take the token away. Because if you try and uptick and get a land back, he's just going to crack the relic in response. So taking out the blocker and being able to put Karn down too doesn't seem terrible. I mean, at this point, Chandra's probably coming down next turn, unless you have a hand disruption to be able to deal with it. So I think trying to keep Karn in check is your next best plan.
Who's piloting Jund?
I believe his name is Dustin. He's one of the Tri-Cities or Lower Valley guys.
Okay.
Yeah. Maelstrom pulls the Karn. I like it.
That seems pretty solid.
It's like, in response, we're going to pop the relic. And he's like, cool. Then Karn, I think, yeah, at this point, you just down tick Renin 6. So he's like, yeah, no, I'm doing this in response to the pulse. The pulse will still be in the graveyard. Yeah. It's like down tick, and then, yeah, swing over for 2.
All right.
So at this point, now Chad has a decision to make if he plays Chandra, because he can minus X to kill Renin 6, or he can uptick and start trying to get emblems. Ooh. So he's risking an Astrolabe. I think that's fine because you do have a Blood Moon in hands. If you missed a land drop, you could still just play Blood Moon. And then you cut your opponent effectively off double black.
Mm-hmm. I kind of like just getting rid of Renin 6 here, and then post that, play Blood Moon.
I don't remember what Chandra's starting limit is. The problem is that, like, it might be low enough.
See, he still has the Bastion in play. It's a 2/3.
Right, but Chandra would tap him out.
I know, but I'm saying attack
see.
and then play Blood Moon.
I got you.
I kind of like that, personally, because you're at such a high life total.
I mean, so it looks like Chad's going to minus... So he starts at 6.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that's not bad. It's because, yeah, and then Ren 6 is exiled. So he's pretty much like saying, hey, you have to have an additional hasty, you have to have an additional damage to kill Chandra. If not, she's gonna start upticking and just getting emblems. Which that's one of their ways to end the game.
All right, reading the Bastion.
Mm-hmm. That's the issue. Also, if you don't have a blocker at least, then it's yours on a much faster time clock. Renin 6.
Do you care about having a blocker?
With the Chandra emblems, if you don't have the
I think
blocker,
we're talking about different people.
Yeah. As you know, because if the Bastion's hitting you for 2 and the Chandra emblems you only 1 every upkeep, like it just speeds up your clock a lot if you don't have a blocker. There's no land in the graveyard currently. I don't know.
Planeswalker and sorcery.
Yeah.
That Goyf is gonna be so scary.
So you can downtick the Bastion. Bloodbraid? Lily. Alright. So Lily's probably gonna uptick. Alright, so he's keeping the mystery card. Discarding a terminate. I think he's swinging at Chandra for 2, and I think you downtick Renin 6 and ping it for 1. So then it forces him to have to uptick. And also puts Chandra within range of the Pyromancer. So then if he chooses to block, on the second main phase you can downtick Lily, force him to sack that land creature, and just put him farther behind. Alright. Skred draw. Okay.
Another Blood Moon.
The top draws for Skred are pretty. Did he only do 1 card?
No, that was the one with the silver token.
Oh,
from
so
the previous card.
Yeah, okay. So he can choose to get it. I don't know why you would want to grab Skred right now. I guess if you grab Skred, you just leave 2 open and you uptick Chandra. The problem is like the Lily ult's not going to really affect anything. Oh, it's a +2? Oof.
Wow.
That 6-drop Chandra seems a little better if it's a +2 on that.
Right.
That's oof.
Jesus.
So now I actually want to.
All right. Awaken.
Roaring Flame?
Awaken.
That's not the right.
Something.
Yeah.
The Awakening is the 3-drop, but
Yeah.
if I saw the name right.
Acolyte Flame, Awakened Inferno?
Yes.
It is +2. Oh my goodness. Alright. Learn something new every day.
It seems pretty good.
Yeah, seems
+2.
Seems just fine.
Come down +2, have 8 loyalty. That's a lot of loyalty.
Yeah. Especially when it does just put the additional clock on.
Mm-hmm.
Jun's in a pretty bad spot right now. It's gonna take 1. You don't have a good way to just kill the Chandra. So if Chandra upticks again, then you're taking 2 every upkeep, and that puts you on a 5-turn clock.
You've already played 2 Blood Raids, or is this 1?
It's just the 1. He's played 3 Renin 6s though, so it's been like the Renin 6 versus the Blood Moon on the other side. Plague Engineer. So I think you have to name. I think it makes him an artifact creature of some kind.
I'm sure it's a construct.
Yeah, so I think you have to have name construct. So it's like 2. Abrupt decay that like might as well get some value out of this.
Mm-hmm.
So he's gonna uptick Lily then. Alright. So you can swing with the Pyromancer.
You can just get rid of Chandra, right? Well, no,
No,
because
because he has the Bastion. Like, yeah. He has the Bastion, then it's like the Bastion's gonna die with the Plague Engineer. I don't believe the Seasoned Pyromancer will untap, because I believe with the Bastion, if it deals combat damage, then that thing doesn't untap.
Right.
Astrolabe into a Scrying Sheets doesn't seem terrible. Scrying Sheets does seem a little better in, I guess, the red-black one, just because you can hit a Dead Winner.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a snow sorcery. Maybe not. I don't know.
I don't think it's a snow sorcery.
No.
It's just a...
It just counts as no permanent. So you can't... But, I mean, like, you can hit Astrolabes, Skreds, whatnot. So, I mean, it gives you... I guess there's more live draws off the Sylvan Scrying, so you're just not drawing dead cards all the time. So he does not have a blocker. I think he's thinking about if he wants to just downtick Karn and get a Skred or a Bastion.
Well...
It's like he's gonna downtick and get a Skred.
At this point, you're just playing into Chandra, so that seems like a pretty good plan.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, you might as well just cast the Skred on the Plague Engineer, because I believe that the Seasoned Pyromancer can't untap because of the Bastion. He's like, oh, he's gonna keep Skred up, I guess, in case a Bloodbright Elf gets drawn. Alright, apparently I'm wrong on the Pyromancer.
You want to double check?
Cycle. Do you remember the name? I remember something Bastion. I remember the first part of it. Frost something?
I don't remember either.
Frostwalk Bastion? Haha!
Oh, it's in front of us.
Deals combat damage to to a creature. Tap that creature and doesn't tap during control's next tap step. So, Seasoned Pyromancer should not be untapped. But a top draw, Bloodbraid. I didn't see what he cast. Did he cascade into anything yet? He had to have.
I must have put it on the bottom.
Yeah.
Alright, get some Rin 6 value in there,
Yeah.
getting back Baron more.
So take down Chandra. So the problem is he's on a 4-turn clock, and I don't know if Jund can kill him in 4 turns with the current board. Now, he does have a Lily that's about to ult. Unless Chad downticks on the Karn. Oh no, it still has Summon Sickness. So Lily's about to ult. So if the Jund player is able to draw like a Scavenging Ooze, then they're still in this. And obviously you're gonna give him a land. You don't care. It's like, yeah, I should have Scrying Sheets first.
Oops.
It looks like it's a Spirit Guide he could hard cast to chump block. Alright.
Alright, hard casting the Shamans.
Yep.
I like it.
It's like activate Scrying Sheets. It says yep. It says if it is a snow permanent.
It's a good snow permanent.
Astrolabe is a snow artifact.
Alright.
And if you filter into it, it produces snow mana.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. An additional Scrying Sheets, which I believe is legendary. Alright. Now, three turns. Let's go, Jund. Push it to 3. I believe in you.
Alright. I guess you need another Bloodbraid Elf.
Goyf would also be a really good clock cycle. So you can Lily ult, right? And just be pretty happy. Alright,
Still not happy with what they're finding. I think it was another Lily. It looked like it was a signed card.
I mean, ulting Lily and then playing an additional one, like if he decides to keep a creature and then making him sack a creature and then hitting him for 4, doesn't seem terrible. You put Karn and the Spirit Guide in 2 different ones. So there you go. You're like, all right, you can have Karn and some land, or you can have Spirit Guide
and all the land.
And all the land. And I actually really like that choice, that pile making. Because if he keeps the guide, you're like, cool, play Lily Downtick. And he chooses to keep the creature, ooh, this actually might be a game. So we go Lily Downtick. Take away your blocker, make you take 4.
Oh my. So good.
I hope. Uptick, real, and you have a Hex Drinker. Why, if you had downticked? Ugh. If he had downticked, he would have been able to get for 4, put him to 13. Next turn, play a Hex Drinker, pump it up 4, possibly swing for 4. You could put him to 9, and then you could have pumped it up and then had lethal, unless your opponent drew a creature or a kill spell. There's a Skred, unfortunately, but I still think that was the route that you should have gone for.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, so he kept the Playing Engineer back to block, but the problem's like, yeah, so you Skred it, Monkey's going to come in for 2, and now you've just lost a turn.
Well, yeah.
Because the 2 Chandra emblems are still alive.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Super unfortunate.
Oh, I was attacking Liliana.
Okay.
All right. Let's see what he does with his free turn.
Yeah, like I think he drew his 4th red and 6, which is just not where you want to be.
Ren 6 minus, Ren 6 minus, get rid of monkey.
I mean, you can still downtick Lily, but yeah, I was just
Yeah.
like, so at this point he's open for a Bloodbraid. Okay.
Hex Drinker.
So boost it up, downtick Lily. He has no cards in hand. Take away his creature.
There we go. Plus.
He's gonna plus discarding Inquisition. Okay, fine. Opponent's on top draw. Karn. Oh, Karn's a pretty good one.
Yeah, because he could get back a land if he wants.
Well, he'll get back the creature land.
Mm-hmm.
Or he can, I mean, if he risks it, it's really bad if he just gets if he gets something non-threatening. If he gets to land something else, like I give you a land. I think he's forced to take the creature land here. And I think at that point, like, Jun's only out is top drawing Scavenging Ooze.
Well, is it just protection from everything that Hex Drinker gets?
Yes.
What's its second?
So the first one's protection from instants.
Uh-huh.
And then if you have 6 on it total, it's protection from everything.
Okay.
But I'm saying because he's going down to 2 this turn from the emblems,
Mm-hmm.
his only out right now is Scavenging Ooze.
It's decided in Kitchen Finks.
Kitchen Finks or Collective Brutalities. And that buys him a turn.
Mm-hmm.
But when your opponent's at 13 and you have a Hex Drinker and a Ren and 6, that would be enough.
Right.
Cycle. Like, this game doesn't seem close, but it actually is, and that's just a weird thing. Like, like I love these. I love
power
these.
of emblems.
Yeah, right. I was like, I love these games. I hate these games. It's like, oh, like that person's gonna win. It's like, Here's the thing. I've been in similar situations, and I've been able to pull them out. But it's also just like, you need a really good series of top draws, and I don't think Jund has it. Alright, so they're like, alright, we're gonna try again. Scavenging Ooze or Collective Brutality are the only outs. Ooh. Is it a Blood Braid? Ooh. So he's like, wait, Lily down tick, I assume. Okay, so you make you sack that. Alright. Yeah, Blood Braid into Collective Brutality or Kitchen Finks can be brought it in. That's like the only... Tarmogoyf is not going to be enough. Oh. Oh. That's, it's like, I mean, like, yeah, swing, you can block one of them, but, like, it didn't... Oh, see, right, if he had gone with the original plan, he actually would have had a Hex Drinker down a turn earlier, because his opponent would have Skredded the Plague Engineer. Mm-hmm. And I think he would have won if he had gone that route. If he'd made him originally sack the monkey. I'm not gonna lie, I was like, whether the storm off the top, right? It's like, untap, upkeep, trickle stack, whether the storm gain 3 life. Boop.
That would have been pretty hilarious.
God. I'm like, I'm kind of sad it's not gonna happen, but it's just like, oh. Jund being a turn off. It's just, oh. Oh. Opponent top draw and Dead of Winter. It's pretty good. Doesn't really matter here, but like, yeah, neg your board. It's like, cool, I was dead anyway.
Send a message.
Yeah, Goyf is definitely dead.
It's getting -8/-8.
Yeah. There's no way Goyf isn't 8/9. I'm like, well, let's double check. I'm like, I don't think there's any enchantments or tribal sorceries.
Probably not.
Oh man. Like good close games, even though they don't seem like it.
All right.
It's like, Coral, you can have that fetch land. That does not matter. Pass. Untap, upkeep, take 2. Cry on the inside. Nah, Tarmogoyf on top. Alright. Skred getting it in 2.
Good job, Skred.
Alright.
Nailed it. I enjoyed watching that game.
It was good.